All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're cracking open something called the Radiant Woman Blueprint. It's all about a modern approach to health, wellness, and really getting in tune with your hormones. We're going to explore how you can feel more balanced, totally in control, and just, well, radiant. Okay, so let's be real for a second. Do you ever feel like you're just running on empty? You know that 3 p.m. energy crash? Or that brain fog that just won't lift? Maybe it's those mood swings that seem to hit you out of nowhere. If any of that sounds familiar, trust me, you are so not alone. But here's the thing. What if those feelings aren't you failing at something? What if they're actually signals? That's the huge shift in perspective this blueprint offers. It's this idea that your body is always communicating with you. So the goal isn't to fight these symptoms, it's to finally learn the language it's speaking. So, okay, how do we get fluent in this secret language, right? Well, the journey starts by pulling back the curtain and looking at the three core systems that are quietly running the whole show. And here they are: hormone balance, gut health, and blood sugar stability. The most important thing to get is that these three aren't working in isolation. No way. They're like a team in a constant conversation. If your gut health is off, it can totally throw your hormones out of whack, which then messes with your blood sugar. Getting these three in harmony, that's the absolute foundation for how you feel every single day. So let's meet the key players, starting with estrogen. It's often called the queen hormone, and for really good reason. I mean, it's a major league player, influencing everything from your cycle and bone health to your mood and focus. When your estrogen is balanced, you just feel vibrant and full of energy. And then you've got progesterone. This is like the calm, grounding force in the equation. Its whole job is to balance out estrogen, creating that wonderful sense of calm. It's absolutely essential for getting good, restful sleep and keeping anxiety at bay. You can totally think of it as the yin to estrogen's yang. And of course, we have to talk about cortisol. This is your main stress hormone. Now, a little bit is actually good. It helps you wake up in the morning and stay alert. But the problem is our modern world, right? Chronic stress can keep our cortisol levels cranked up way too high. And that leads directly to that feeling of burnout, those intense cravings for sugar, and yeah, that stubborn belly fat. Okay, so we've met the key hormones. Now for the big question. How do we actually get them all to play nicely together? This is where the blueprint really shines. It gives us a beautifully simple but super powerful framework built on 4 pillars. And here they are. It's not some crazy, complicated list of rules, which is great. It's just 4 fundamental areas: nourishment, movement, mindfulness, and recovery. The whole idea is that when you get these 4 things aligned, your entire wellness journey just becomes so much more sustainable and, actually enjoyable. All right, let's dig into that first pillar: nourishment. And the biggest takeaway here is a total mindset shift. It's about stopping the habit of seeing food as just calories and starting to see it as information. Every single bite you take sends powerful signals directly to your hormones. I love this quote because it just shifts everything, doesn't it? Nourishment is self-respect. Suddenly, eating well isn't about restriction or what you can't have. It's a fundamental act of respecting yourself. It's about choosing to send your body these amazing signals of safety and vitality. And this is how simple it can be. This hormone balancing plate is an awesome visual guide for pretty much any meal. So you're aiming for about 40% colorful veggies. That's to feed your good gut bacteria. Then 30% lean protein to keep your blood sugar stable. 20% smart carbs for that steady, non-jittery energy. And then that last crucial 10% of healthy fats, which are literally the building blocks for your hormones. It's such a simple formula. So what does that actually look like on your plate? Well, you're prioritizing all the good stuff, right? Whole foods that are packed with nutrients. Think salmon, tons of leafy greens, avocado. And on the flip side, you're trying to limit the things that basically send stress signals to your body, like a lot of processed sugar and those ultra-processed snacks that can really throw that delicate balance off. Okay, moving on to our second pillar, movement. And again, the approach here is so much more than just burning calories. It's really about building a body that feels strong and capable, and about fostering that resilient mindset that comes right along with it. So the blueprint lays out this really balanced routine with 4 key parts. First, you've got strength training. That's what builds muscle to boost your metabolism and helps control your blood sugar. Then there's daily low-intensity movement, like just going for a walk, which is so good for managing cortisol. You also have a little high-intensity work for conditioning. And finally, mobility, to keep you feeling flexible and pain-free. It's a really complete, holistic plan. And this is probably the most important part:
Consistency is greater than intensity. You absolutely do not need to kill yourself at the gym every day. Seriously, small, steady habits, like that daily walk, will always, always win out over hitting it hard once in a while and then burning out. It's all about playing the long game.
So we've got nourishment, we've got movement. How do we actually bring all of this together? Well, the final and most crucial step is about creating a lifestyle you can actually stick with, one where everything works together, honoring both your body and your mind.
And this is exactly where those last two pillars, mindfulness and recovery, come in. They're not just add-ons, they are the foundation for everything else. Because think about it, chronic stress can completely undo all the great work you're doing with your food and your workouts. Your emotional wellness and your physical wellness are not separate things. They are completely linked.
And here is a super powerful, super tangible way to start putting this into practice. So instead of reaching for your phone the second you open your eyes, try this little 5-step morning ritual. It literally takes less than 5 minutes, but it completely sets a calm, intentional tone for your whole day. It starts lowering those stress hormones from the moment you wake up. When you boil it all down, this blueprint is really about empowerment. It's not another rigid diet or some punishing workout plan. It's a flexible guide. It's about teaching you how to listen to your body, to learn its unique language, so you can finally give it exactly what it needs to thrive. And let's wrap up with this really powerful idea. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about becoming the strongest, most radiant version of yourself. It's not about getting it right every single time. It's about progress. It's about consistency, self-awareness, and just finally feeling energized and at home in your own skin. So the real question is, what's one small step you can take today to get started?